Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can square any two-digit number that ends with 5 easily. That is, how do we square the number 15? That is a two-digit number and it ends with 5. How do we square 25? How do we square 35? And so forth. First, let us look at the conventional way that we do this. For example, if you take 15 squared, that is how we do it. You write the two numbers this way. You have to do the multiplication one after the other. So we begin from here. We have 5 times 5, that is 25, but we write 5, remember 2. Then we have 5 times 1, and that is 5, so we add 2 to it, we have 7. Then we go on to the 1, so we have 1 times 5, and that is 5. We write it here. Then 1 times 1, we have 1. So after that, we need to add this. So we have 5 here, and we have 7 plus 5, and that is 12. So we write 2, remainder 1, and we add it to this one, so that we have 2 here. So that is to say that the square of 15 is 225. In the same vein, if we square 25, that is what we're going to get, 25 times 25. So we have this 5 times 5, that is what, 25. So we write 5, remember 2, then we have 5 times 2, that is 10. Then we add 2 to it, we have 12. Then here we have 2 times 5, and that is 10. So we write 0, remember 1. Then we have 2 times 2, and that is 4. And we add this 1 to it, we have 5. So we write a 5 here, and we need to add this. We have 5 down here, and we have 2 plus 0, that is 2. Then we have 1 plus 5, that is 6. So we have 625. So the square of 25 is 625. But did you know that there is an easy way to do this? That is, if you have any two-digit number that ends with 5, there is an easy way to do this. Now, for example, with the first one, that is 15 squared, I think we had 225, but there's an easy way that we can do this. First, all that you need to do is to look at the first number here. So you pick the first number, and that is 1. So let us write the 1 down. Then you look out for the next number that comes after 1. Of course, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the next number that comes after 1 is the number 2. So we pick the number 2, and we multiply the 1 by 2, and we have 2 here. So that is our first number. So this number comes first, so we can call this the prefix. That is the number that will be put in front of other numbers. And the next thing that you have to do is you pick the 5, that is the second digit, and you square it. That's all. The square of 5, that is 5 times 5, and that is 25. So when you append this to the first one, we have 225. So let us see how we can also square the number 25. Now, that is a two-digit number that ends with 5. So the first thing that we have to do is to pick the 2. And of course, the next number that comes after 2 is 3. So we multiply the 2. 2 times 3, we have 6. So the next thing that we have to add is just 25, because always the last digit is 5. And the square of 5 is what? 25. So can you guess the answer to 35 squared? Of course you can, because we have 3, and you go to 4. You multiply this, you have 12. Then you add your 25. So the square of 35 is 1225. And let's go on to the next example. Can you also square 45? That is the square of 45. You pick the 4, then you go on to the next number after 4, and that is 5. You multiply, you have 20, then you just append 25 because it ends with 5. So the square of 45 is 2025. As simple as that. Now, what is the square of 55? You pick the number 5, that is the first digit, then you go on to the next number after 5, and of course that is 6. So you multiply this, 5 times 6, and you have 30. Then you just append 25 because the square of this is what, 25. So the final answer is 3025. Now, what is the square of 65? Of course, from 6 we go on to 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. Then we just append 253, so this is going to be 4225. Now, what is the square of 75? From 7 we go on to 8, so when you multiply this, you have 56. then you append 2 5, so we have 5,625. Now, what is the square of 85? From 8, we go on to 9, and 8 times 9, we have 72. Then we append the 2 5, so we have 7,225. Now, what is the square of 95? From 9, we go on to 10, and 9 times 10 is 90. So we just add the 2 5, then we have 9,025. So today I show you how to square any 2-digit number that ends with 5, and that is pretty simple than the conventional way that you would do this, because this one is pretty fast, and you can do this within just 3 seconds or 4 or 5.